Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. We are from ISM SKKI Semester 1 who like to present the project entitled Intel X86 and ARM Operation Type. And the presenters are me, Nur Anis Irani, my friends Nur Nabilah Natasha, Ros Najibah, Nurul Najihah, Tengku Muhammad Arif, Ahmad Farhan, Farhana Atikah, Aina Nabila, and the last one, Nur Ain Fatihah.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Aina Nabila binti Abdul Rashid, Metro ID 073709. Today I will talk about the introduction of our project, which is Intel X86 and ARM Operation Type. Intel X86 architecture is an example of complex instruction set computing. It was designed in 1978 by Intel Corporation, which is the top designer of microprocessors for non-embedded systems. Some of the key features for Intel X86 architecture are executing instructions by providing a logical framework, allowing software programs and instructions to run on any processors in the Intel X86 family, and managing hardware components of the Central Processing Unit CPU. As for Advanced Rich Machine Architecture, or better known as ARM architecture, it is an improved version of processor which adopts Reduced Instruction Set Computing (RISC). ARM was created during 1981 when a group of programmers discovered a much simpler instructions by eliminating complex instructions to produce a high performance, low power consumption, small size and low cost processor. Today, ARM architecture is most commonly used in electronic devices such as smartphones, laptops and other small mobile devices.
The X86 was created based on the Intel 8086 microprocessor and its 8088 derivatives, originally designed as a 16-bit instruction set for 16-bit processors. The X86 has since undergone numerous changes and extensions, growing to 32-bit instruction set with nearly complete backward compatibility. The bit is a numbers abbreviation in both 32-bit and 16-bit systems. For simultaneous access to several data segments, the X86 CPU has additionally segment registers. Additionally, a stack segment register and code segment register are supported. The X86 instruction set is not a conventional complicated instruction set computing design. Rather, it is thought of as an expanded variant of the 8008 and 8080 architectures. The X86 processor has a few fundamental architectural elements and several modes of operation. 3 operating modes on these processors, protected mode, real address mode, and a system management mode, are the 3 that are most frequently employed. So on the top of the slide, there is an example of X86 single board computer or X86 SBC.
Advanced RISC machine ARM is a reduced instruction set computing RISC-based computer architecture. The ARM processor is a type of Computer Central Processing Unit (CPU) and is designed by the ARM Limited Company. ARM Limited provides RISC multi-core processor designs for both the 32-bit and 64-bit architectures. Rather than Intel's complex instruction set computing CISC architecture, this processor uses a significantly more streamlined instruction set. These processors are utilized primarily in portable devices such as digital cameras, mobile phones, home networking modules, and wireless communication technologies, as well as other embedded systems. ARM processors use fewer transistors due to their smaller instruction set, resulting in a more compact integrated circuit. Their smaller size, decreased complexity, and reduced power consumption makes them ideal for miniaturizing devices. ARM processor attributes include the load or SAW architecture, integrated security, orthogonal instruction set, single cycle execution, energy efficient, 64-bit and 32-bit execution states, and support for hardware with virtualization.
So now I'll be presenting regarding the characteristic of Intel X86 and ARM. So Intel X86 provide a complete array of operation type, provide tools for the compiler writer to produce optimized machine language, transaction or high-level language. And the third characteristic is the very first instruction to support procedure call and return are call, enter, leave and return. So because of those characteristics, mostly Intel X86 are used in the PC. For the ARM characteristic, ARM are used basically in many embedded system design. ARM a less complex architecture, which its processors are simple in design and are often much more compact, and the architecture requires fewer transistors, which help to improve core power consumption and produce lower heat. Only low and store instruction containing arithmetic and logical instruction. So because of those characteristics, ARM are used mostly in mobile phone.
Major performance of Intel X86. When high system reliability is required, Intel X86 will typically be chosen for complex performance-oriented tasks. This is because X86 processors are prioritized for maximum performance. That is why the X86 architecture family is used by the majority of desktop and laptop computers. As already stated, all X86 processors are developed from the CISC architecture, which allows users to complete multiple tasks simultaneously from a single instruction. Users can also run many programs simultaneously. For example, they can open browsers and Microsoft Word and playing video games at the same time. By this way, it gives users more flexibility, which brings customers satisfaction. Not only that, X86 is also famous for its processor speed and its operating system. Technically, a good processor speed is from 3.5 to 4.2 GHz, and also X86 is categorized as one of the fastest CPU in the market. So, with a good computer processor speed, users can enjoy good computer experiences and handle multiple tasks at the same time.
ARM major performance. ARM processor architecture plays an important role in computing or communication markets, especially for smartphones or tablets. An ARM-based device may be designed to incorporate the processor, perhaps making adaptation to its architecture and functionality. The ARM processor conjointly has other components like the program status register, which contains the processor flags, which is ZAG, S, V, and C. The modes bits conjointly exist within the program standing register, in addition to the interrupt and quick interrupt disable bits. Some special registers are also used, like the instruction, memory data read and write registers, and memory address registers. They can be applied to various designs such as 32-bit devices and embedded systems.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Naim Fatihah. My metric number is 073430. There are advantages and some disadvantages of X86. For advantages, X86 have a larger instruction set. It uses complex instruction set computer CISC architecture in which single instructions are capable of multiple low-level operations, multi-step operations, or addressing modes. It means with just a single instruction, it can transfer a large amount of data straight from one location in memory to another or finish a complex calculation. Next, they offer more powerful performance than ARM. X86 CPUs tend to have very fast computing power and allow for more clarity or simplicity in the programming. X86 has also some disadvantages. The first one is it needs more transistors on a chip, which takes up more space and uses significantly more power than ARM. Also, it requires internal microcode. This is because the microcode needs to be made, which takes a lot of time and money and increases the final cost of products with X86 processors. Last but not least, X86 processors consume more power and they generate more heat than ARM, and it causes overheating. This is because x86 processors deliver high performance with the use of many registers.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Fahana Atika, metric number 073873. So today I want to present about advantage and disadvantage ARM. For the advantage, first one is very affordable as it does not need expensive equipment for its creation. When compared to other processors, it is created at much lesser price. This is why they are not up for making of low-cost mobile phone and other electronic device. Secondly is ARM processors have lesser power consumption than x86. They were initially designed for performing at lesser power. They even have lesser transistors in their architecture. They have various other features that allow for this. Thirdly, ARM processor work faster. ARM performs single operation at a time. This makes it work faster. It has lower latency that is quicker response time. Lastly, ARM processor can be used in case of multi-processing system. So, ARM processors are designed so that they can be used in case of multi-processing system where more than one processor are used to process information. First AMP processor introduced by name of ARM v6K had ability to support 4 CPU along with its hardware. So, for the next one is disadvantage ARM. Disadvantage, first one is ARM operation not compatible with x86. So one of them is ARM operation not compatible with x86, hence it cannot be used in Windows because ARM operation is one of a family of central processing unit, CPU, based on the reduced instruction set computer RISC architecture for computer processor. ARM Limited, the company behind the ARM processor, designed the core CPU component and licensed that intellectual property to partner organization. Second, has a speed limit in some processor. An ARM-based device may be designed to incorporate the processor, perhaps even making adaptation to its architecture and functionality. Thirdly, is scheduling instruction is difficult in case of ARM processor. For this one, scheduling instruction is difficult in case of ARM processor. There must be proper execution of instruction by programmer. This is because entire performance of ARM processor depend upon their execution. ARM processor needs very highly skilled programmers. So that's all for me for the advantage and disadvantage ARM. Thank you.
Conclusion. Both of these processors are commonly prominent in their respective class. To maintain next generation processors and beneficial to humanity, Intel X86 evolved for decades to bring a better experience to user because of the 86 family. The evolution of the ARM processors since 1990 opens up a whole new world for most of us, as most of our wearable and phone such as iOS and Android are powered by ARM processors, significantly more successful in terms of power consumption than the x86 CPUs. This merely goes to show that our lives progress technology will cease evolving and expanding to as new level as most modern equipment is fitted with microprocessors.